Okay, we are live now. This is the stock analysis special request Friday. Let me just set things up a little bit on my end so that it makes sense to the people that will see this. Well. Stock analysis bingo. I think this is it. Yes. Stock analysis special request. Okay, it's the wrong, sorry, it's the wrong date. I'll change the date. It won't take long. I'm gonna move it here. So this is 22. Then you know how I do these things. I'm showing you my secrets. All my secrets. Just hang on a second. Boom, bingo. Okay. Yeah, I already have a thumbs up. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And it hasn't even started. So what is it going to be? So stock market analysis. So I will analyze some stocks. Member suggested by my members. Stock market analysis. So I'm gonna do the same here. Boom. Et voilà. Okay, so let's do this. So basically what I'm doing is that every Friday, I ask my YouTube members on my channel to suggest stocks that they want me to analyze for them. This is not financial advice, so you know I'm not a financial advisor. So this is the list that we have right now. We have a lot of stocks to go through, a lot of stocks, and all of them are in red, by the way. So so only my members can suggest stocks for me to analyze, but the public, you guys who are not members yet, well, you can watch me analyze them. So let's start with Riot blockchain. This is how I'm going to spell it. Okay, so we had analyzed it in the past. This is why we had these drawings there. So we are in a downtrend. This is the downtrend. This is the downtrend. Unless we break this, we are still in a downtrend. So what does a downtrend mean? Well, it means that the stock is going down. We had a support right here. We had a support at 21.26. So we had this downtrend here, but we had a support. But the support was broken. And we started the new smaller downtrend right here. This one was broken. And the support at 21.26 was broken also, but it stayed only a couple of days and then it started going down again. So I'm going to adjust this like this. So we have, okay, let me make this adjustment here. So yeah, look at how this makes sense. Huh? Look at how this makes sense. When you put a trend line, a support line or resistance line, and then you suddenly see what is happening, then it's because you put it in the right place. So we are into, so there's a triangle here, a triangle right here, and we broke that, and now we are into this downward channel here. So unless the stock breaks this line here, it can break it here, it can break it lower. I don't know exactly when it's going to break it, but when it is going to break it, then that's a buy signal for me. For me, it's a buy signal. For you, you decide what you do. You make your own decisions. I don't make your decisions for you. and we had the support here. We had a support here, and that we also broke. So, you know, things are not going well, huh? Everything is going down. Almost everything is going down. So, that's it for Riot. NASCAR all out. NASCAR guy. Thoughts on GCSE IPO today? Well, I don't have any thoughts, my friend. I don't do fundamental analysis. I analyze the stock. I analyze the stock chart. So if it IPO'd today, the stock chart might have, well, should have only one candle, and I cannot do much with one candle. So what I do is that I analyze the price patterns, because sometimes, even though stocks receive great news, it does not necessarily translate on the stock chart by an increase in stock price. So I care about stock price. You can go see other people for the financial analysis and for the fundamental analysis. I analyze the pattern, and with me, if you listen to what I say, you will never buy a dip in a downtrend and ride a stock down. You will never do that. Never, never, never do that. And you will also know when a resistance has been broken, which is considered a buy signal. So you do what you want, and I speak what I see, and you make your own decisions. Yeah. Thank you for your comment, NASCAR all out. Kai Christensen. Kai, this is very nice. I applaud your suggestion, but only my members can suggest stocks for me. So if you become a member, then next week you can suggest any stock. Okay, so let's go to Netflix now. Oh boy. Well, yeah. Yes, I had heard about it, but this is the first time I'm looking at the chart. So what can I say? This is you know, okay, I'm gonna say something. When a stock goes down, does it mean that we need to buy it? And my answer is no, because do you know if it is going to go further down or not? Because if a stock is just merely down and you buy it, you could have been buying it here. So once Netflix went from 514 to maybe around 400, you could have said to yourself, oh, this is so cheap, I'm going to buy it. Well, guess what? It's at 200 now. So never buy something just because it went down. Never. Buy something because the downtrend is over and it's starting to go up again. Then you buy. You buy when there's a change in trend. The trend was down, trend was down, trend was down. Let it go down, let it go down. You can short if you want. Let it go down, let it go down, let it go down. When it starts to go up, this is your cue. And then, yeah, that's the smarter way to do things, in my opinion. So right here, you know, this is the downtrend for Netflix. So I would only buy this once it breaks this downtrend. Well, I mean, once it breaks this downtrend, then it means that the downtrend is over. What can happen is that the stock can be going sideways. That's possible. And then eventually it's going to start to go up. So this is the downtrend that you need to look at. And if I look at the support right here, look at this. We even broke this very low support that was used on February 9th, 2018. And also December 31st, 2018. So we even broke below that. And this is because, yes, they had, well, yeah, it's just 61 million down, but I think that there was an issue about the number of subscribers. So I think this is why. But I don't need to do why. I only need to know that the stock is in a downtrend, and we should never buy a stock when it's a when a stock is in a downtrend. So this is the downward channel the stock is in. So it's simple. It's simple. It's really simple. If it's complex, then it does not work. So if it's simple, it works. So that's it for Netflix. Next, Fiverr. Fiverr, yeah, see? We see it. We see it. In 1 second, we see that the stock is in a downtrend. Boom, 1 second. So this is a resistance. And in this case, you know, see, there's a double resistance. So sometimes stocks do that. You know, sometimes it goes up to this upper line, and sometimes it stops at this lower line. That's fine. So if you really want to be sure that the stock has stopped going down, wait for the stock to break this upper line, and you increase your chances of being right. You know, with technical analysis, we are not right 100% of the time, but we are right more than 50% of the time, a lot more. So yeah, so right now Fiverr, you know, seems to stabilize a little bit here. Look at this, isn't this pretty? You see, boom, it tried to go above this 90.93. Let me write it down. 90.93, and because this number was used as support right here, and now it's used as resistance. So until it breaks 1993, it could break it here and go up here and cave in again. That's possible. So if you buy just above 1993, just keep in mind that you can have a reversal here, or you can have a reversal here, or the stock can go like this. So if you buy above, just be ready to sell if it turns down, but it's okay. You made a profit here, and you made a bigger profit here, and if it goes through, then it's a bigger profit. And profit is great. So that's it for Fiverr. Now DM, data metrics. Okay. This one, this is in Toronto. Okay, you see here, yeah, you see this line here. Yeah, this is a support. You know, this was a support. This is a very important price. So what is this price? 0.165. 0.165. So the stock was using 0.155 as a support here. Boom, it's bouncing, then went under here, and then could not break it, and then it broke it, and then it's using support, resistance, support, and now this is resistance again. Look at how we cannot break 0.165. We cannot break it. We try. This means that no buyers want to pay higher than 0.165 right now. No buyers want to pay that. And if we look at the overall trend, look at this here. So the stock might do nothing until it reaches this point. Then, so just look at this point here. Once we break resistance, it's always the same game. Once we break resistance, this is what you need to look at. Okay, let's look at Walmart. Oh, Walmart is going up. Look at this. Walmart is going up. So it started making higher lows here, you know. This low here is lower than this low, so it's making higher lows. So this is something that's nice. And it was in a slowly moving upward channel. Slowly moving upward channel. This was the support right here. But we broke outside of that channel. We broke outside of it. So this is not the time to buy, because, you know, it's a bit too late to buy. The place it was nice to buy was right here when it was doing something like this. It did a low. You could have bought a different point, you know, you could have said, well, here, okay, you could have said, well, okay, we touched here once, we touched here twice. What does this look like? It looks like a W pattern. And a W pattern, in a W pattern, you buy once you break this point here. So it tries once, and then it tries a second time, you buy. And yes, you could have been scared here. I give that to you. You could have been scared right here. And you could have sold, and that would have been okay. But then when you saw that, whoops, it's going back up again, then you could have just bought back in. It's okay to sell one day because your trigger no longer exists, but the next day it comes back, then you can buy back. Yes, there's a little bit of a loss, but who cares when there's just a little bit of a loss when you enter here, because it did this. So it's perfectly fine to have a false entry and try again. It's perfectly fine to do this. So so the time to buy was here, or once we broke this downward resistance right here, and we broke it, we went like this and retested it, and boom. So these were the two entries. Now it has been going up quite high, so so there's a lot of risk. You know, it can go higher, but there's nothing that can assure you of that. So yeah, this is the current uptrend right now. This is the current uptrend. So you know, if you really want to get in, you can wait until it bounces on this, because maybe it's going to go higher. But this is riskier than buying it after it stopped going down. We have a question from SK417. Let me just publish this. Are you 100% cash? Yes. Do you have any scanners to enter any trade? Well, scanners, yes. Well, in terms of scanners, one criteria that I use a lot is stochastic over 60. So stochastic, not any stochastic, this one. Stochastic K equals 21, D3 smoothing 1, but I only displayed the K on this chart. But stochastic of 21 days above 60, if you look at this, there is no move in the market without stochastic over 60. Look at this here, stochastic over 60, right here, right here. Boom! Stochastic over 60. So if you scan for that, you have 50% success rate just with stochastic over 60. Then I look at other things to increase my odds higher than 50%. So then I look at the trend lines, because the trend lines are more important than any indicators. So yeah, so you need to look at the two. Okay, so let's look at Yara International. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, because when you are in a time frame and you have a hard time figuring out what is happening, you just zoom out a bit and go on the weekly chart or even the monthly chart, and it's going to become more clear. Ah, yes, it's a big uptrend. Big uptrend, see? Big uptrend. Big uptrend, and once you draw one line, you can always copy paste and have a second one with the same slope, and this is going to give you a channel, and then you see what's happening with your stock. So that's the broad stroke of this stock. So right now it bounced here on this support, and now it's pretty much midway here. And sometimes, like here, you have a midway resistance. Look, touches here, 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 here. I cannot make this up, huh? And it's touching here a lot. So this is, well, okay, it's not really a midway per se, you know, it's a little bit more than a midway, but you catch my drift. So right now, yeah, it's kind of trying to break this one here. So once it breaks here, this is going to be a nice buy signal, and stochastic is already above 60 here on the monthly chart. If we go on the daily chart, okay, we have a little bit more details on the daily chart. Whoops, I don't know why it does this. When I do a copy paste, it loses sometimes the slope, so I don't like this. So so I'm gonna do it manually. Yeah, okay, yeah, it does not fit perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna fit it here. Or should I fit it here? Okay, I'm gonna fit it here. So this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening right here. So so we have a triple resistance here, because sometimes the stock is stopping here, sometimes it's stopping at higher point, at a lower point. So this is a more erratic stock. So from a daily perspective, the stock has pretty much touched the its upper resistance, and now it's going down, and stochastic is going lower than 60. So I would let this guy come down. I don't know when, I don't know how far it is going to go down, but I would let it go down. Maybe it's going to come down to here. This makes some sense. And wait to see what's happening. So if it does something like this and touches this and goes back up, once you have stochastic over 60, you can come back in, but right now it's a little bit too late. There's this earnings call that is going to happen soon. So this might jerk things up, like maybe it's going to bounce on this one instead, on this support instead. But wait for a bounce, and wait for stochastic to go back over 60. So that's Yara. Well, welcome, my friend, welcome. Which timeline is more important? Any of them works with stochastic, any of them. If you look at the stock price, you know, if you look at the stock chart on the daily chart, then you buy on the daily chart, and you be ready to sell after several days or several weeks. If you look at your stock chart on the hourly chart, then you buy on the hourly chart, and you be ready to get out after a couple of hours or several hours or several days. So but stochastic works on any time frame. Okay, thank you, Tuck. Makes sense. Well, you're welcome. ASTR, I'm sorry. Well, okay, let me say this, Richard. So my members are suggesting stocks for me to analyze. They pay a monthly fee so that they get to suggest stocks for me to analyze. You guys that didn't pay, you still get the benefit of looking at my analysis for free. But if you want to suggest stocks for me, you can become a YouTube member. It's only $6 a month. Or if you don't want to do that, you can tip me right now $10, and I'm gonna do your ASTR. but it's way cheaper to become a YouTube member. Okay, so that's Yara International. Did I sound the glockenspiel? Okay, ENPH. ENPH. Okay, this is pretty much going sideways, huh? This is pretty much going sideways. We have a top here, and look at how perfectly things line up. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm still amazed. Look at this. Perfect touch here. Almost perfect touch here. This one broke, okay. And perfect touch here. So this is the global direction of the stock. Okay, this one I'm gonna do it here, and sometimes, sometimes it's stopping short. So sometimes it's not going as low. There are several touches here. So, sometimes it stops here. Sometimes it stops a little bit lower here. So, I won't get into too much details, but basically that's the gist of it here. So the stock is going sideways. It's going sideways, and it has been going sideways since January 2021. So when it's going sideways, you can still make money because the difference between the support lines at 115 and the resistance line at 220 is still $100 per share. So $100 per share is not nothing. So you can look for your triggers here. So you can find a what's it called? A sub pattern. So the big pattern is a congestion zone. It's going sideways, and there are sub patterns here. So this is a sub pattern. It was going down, going down, going down, going down. Yes, there's a fluke here. Sometimes there's a fluke. What can you do? We cannot do anything about that. But then it keeps going down, and then once it breaks, it's going. It's going for a while. So this is called profit. And it's doing the same thing again. There's another sub pattern here. And once it breaks it, stochastic over 60 at the same time. Oh, this time you hit the lottery and you have a bigger move. You never can know, but it's fine because here you could have made a smaller profit, but it's still a profit. Here, this is a bigger profit. And here, you can repeat that all the time. This is going down and it's breaking, and sorry, here I'm gonna use this. So here, yeah, a smaller profit. And then you can do a second line here. You can do a second line like not like this. You can do a second line right here, and this is another break, and this is another profit. So you can split it in different ways, and there's profit all the time. And now it's going down. Let it go down. Let it go down. It's going down like this. So once it breaks this one and stochastic is over 60, you can go. It's yeah, it's it works. Okay, so SK Force. I'm a Tesla bull, been selling puts when it is down and covered calls went up. I watch your videos on Tesla every day. Thank you. Are you into options? A little bit into options, yes. Will consider yeah, in terms of options, I'm not a super expert in options because I've always, I started using options later because I always thought, and I am still thinking, that to be good at options, you need to be great at technical analysis first, because you need to choose your option strikes based on the resistance and support that you see. So I really concentrated a lot on technical analysis, and I'm playing with options. So I don't do things very. So I buy puts and calls. I buy in the money calls and puts, and sometimes I'm gonna gamble with out of the money calls, with several out of the money calls as a lottery ticket. But you know, I don't feel comfortable teaching people about options, so I'm sorry. I just concentrate on what I know, which is technical analysis, and I'm not trying to bullshit everyone. Okay, so that's end phase. So that's that. Okay, Disney. Well, okay. I think I've looked at it before. Huh? Would you say that? Oh no, so I cannot do undo because it's gonna undo what I did on the other things, and I cannot, for some reason, just clear out in one swoop all these drawings. TradingView does not have this feature. So okay, so there you go. Would you buy this stock right now? Would you buy this stock right now? This stock right now? No, because this is in a downtrend. This is in a downtrend. You could have said, or you could say, well, like we saw on the previous stock, you could say, well, okay, once we break this downward resistance, I'm gonna buy it. But what did the stock do? It broke support, and it's going down. So this is not ready. This is not ready at all. Nothing to see here. GM. About GM. Okay, look at GM. It's going sideways. There was this downward resistance. The same principle all the time. Downward resistance. It's breaking it. Yeah, I get in. Small profit. Small profit, because then it's going down. So everything is going down. So you could do something like this. You can say, okay, this is the new downward channel that the stock is in. Sure, this is the new downward channel. So this is what's happening right now. And once we are going to break that resistance, stochastic over 60, you can get it. XBY. S&P Biotech ETF. Okay. This is what's happening here. Now we have a little bit of support. So that's the good news, but it's going down again. Everything is going down. So this is the support. Okay, this is the support. So at least it seems to have stopped going down for now. It's still in that downtrend I was talking about. So this is a congestion zone that it's starting. And that congestion zone is between 80 bucks and 97 bucks. So let's say there's a 20 buck move here. 20 buck move per share is not that much. It's not that much, because if you do what I've shown, you know, maybe something like this here, then you would have entered maybe at the end of the day here at 89, and it touched the support at 96. So maybe you could have caught 7 bucks there. So, you know, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's something, but it's not a lot. So you need to gauge the height of the congestion zone to make a decision as to, well, okay, is it worth it to try to catch this little up move? But once the stock you know, does this and breaks this resistance here, then chances are that this move will break also this resistance here and go higher, because the stock will no longer be within this downtrend. Voilà. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. Do you do weekly options? And sometimes it's longer. Sometimes it's longer. The weekly options are very, very, you know, short. So sometimes I do 2-3 weeks, 4. Yeah. And thanks for your honest feedback. I appreciate it. Well, my pleasure. My pleasure. Very nice. Richard, everyone give a like. Thank you, Richard. It's very nice. So that's this one here. Yeah, super chat. I'm sorry. I guess you were not here. My YouTube members who pays almost $10 a month can suggest stocks for me to do. So you need to give me $10 right now if you want me to do it, in order for me to be fair with my members. But thank you for the $1.99 though. It's very nice. Okay, so Glockenspiel. That's it for SPDR. ASML. ASML holding New York registry shares. Okay. Okay, let me just adjust this. So yeah, we see the pattern here. So you know, it was going sideways, started to go up a little bit, blah blah blah, and now it started its move. So since 2019 it started to move up. Now it has reached its top. Sorry to say this, but and now, because these two tops are not at the same level, we have this downward resistance, and we had a steeper one right here, and we have a steeper one right here. So sometimes a stock will start to go down at one speed, like this speed here. This is one speed, this is one slope, and then if it gets too weak, then it's gonna get into a steeper slope. And this is also working for a support. You know, you can have a support like this, and then after a while, after bouncing once or twice on it, then it's gonna go at a steeper speed and a steeper speed. So I call that gears. You know, you have the first gear and then you have the second gear. So this is going second gear down. So second gear down, of course, it's not the time to buy it. And look at how perfectly this is fitting. You know, I copy paste this resistance here, and see, look at how this is pretty perfect here. So I am just showing with my lines what the stock is doing in terms, or what boundaries the stock is obeying to. It's just right there. It's just right there. But just by putting some lines, it brings those boundaries or those limits into the spotlight. So this is going down. Yeah. So okay. Let me say this. When a stock is in a downtrend, you can do the opposite of when a stock is in an uptrend. So you can short it. So if we want to short this one, we do the opposite. This is the support. So whoops, this is the support right here. And once we break this support, then this is the time to short. And you make sure that stochastic is lower than 60, and you can short until it goes down to the support here. And the rule is, when you are in a downward channel, you never go long, you always go short. And when you are in an upper channel, you always go long and not short. Did I say it correctly? When you are in a downtrend, you short, and when you're in an uptrend, you go long. So here, yeah. So here, so there's a shorting opportunity just right here. Once it breaks this support here, but there's no long opportunity at all. That's the most thing to do. You say unsubscribe. What do you mean unsubscribe? Are you a member? If you are a member, I sent out a post yesterday. I guess you are the thumb down. So, so if you are a YouTube member for me, if you are a YouTube member, you would have received the post to suggest a stock. If you're not a member, I cannot do this for free and charge for my members. So I need to have 10 bucks right now if you want me to analyze a stock without being a member. If you are a member, you're already covered and it's costing you less than 10 bucks. So I'm sorry that you didn't like that. Okay, Roblox. Okay, Roblox. I have done this in the past. So what is happening with Roblox? Okay, wow. Okay, so this is in a downtrend. Okay, this is a downtrend, blah 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 blah, and at the same time, because there are several patterns at the same time. So at the same time, it has entered into a congestion zone, and look at how it has a hard time breaking this downtrend here, this resistance line. It's having it's having a hard time. Look at this. Trying here, trying here, trying here, trying here. It's trying so hard. It's trying so hard, but it's caving in at all the time. It's caving in. It just cannot do it. It just cannot do it. It doesn't have the strength. So wait until it does it. Wait until it does it, and it hasn't done it yet. Wait until it does it. This is the line you need to look at. Oh, and yes, I have a tier in my YouTube membership where I share my trading view watch list with all of my lines. So how can I show you this? So okay, this is not cheap. This is not cheap. This is 30 bucks a month. I think I charge for this. But I have this sharing here, sharing. So you get a link to my setup. So once you go to watch list, here you can click on Tesla and you have all of my lines that I have spent well, years, but yeah, years to make. So you get years of lines included. Voila. So if you are interested in that. Okay, so thank you Sakib. I'm glad you are watching me. Thank you very much. Okay, where was I? I was Roblox. Did we do? Oh yeah. So Roblox, you are getting it now. It's this resistance that we need to break. Glockenspiel. Okay, now Upstart holding. Do I need to speak? Do I need to speak? I don't know. Resistance is right here. Resistance is right here. It needs to break this. It hasn't broken it. And I cannot give you a number because, you know, if it breaks it in a couple of days, then it needs to break 92 bucks. If it breaks it here, then it needs to break 86.47. If it breaks it here, then it's going to be approximately 75.76. So I cannot give you a number because it's a diagonal. Okay, there's a question right here. Question, what happens when stochastic is over 60 for 1 hour, but then go below 60 in the next hour? Do we get out right away? I noticed that the price still go up after stochastic come down. Okay, yes, and depends on the situation. So once you have stochastic go over 60, okay, the stock is going up, stochastic is over 60. I like to wait for a break in resistance. Okay, and once I have a break in resistance, then I'm into profit most of the time, and then I just decide when I want to get out and take my profit. So you can take your profit at any point, but if it starts to go down a little bit, if stochastic goes below 60, I don't sell at that point. I wait for a break of support. Because what happens most of the time, I would say, is that stochastic goes below 60, but a support holds, and supports are more important than stochastic. So a support holds, stochastic might go below 60, but come back again and the stock resumes. So I always let supports support the stock before selling. So I sell on support, basically. I sell on break of support. I sometimes sell when I sometimes sell when I made a lot of profit. You know, if I make a lot of profit and it goes like this, then I might sell at the high, at what I think is the high. I don't know it's the high, but I might sell because I just made a lot of money. So this also happens. So this was great, Tuck. Well, thank you, Tuck. I hope I pronounced your name right. So that's Upstart holding. So wait for this line. So just draw this line on your chart and just wait for it to be crossed. And if you don't have Trading View, I have a Trading View affiliate link on my description below. You know, on my videos, I do Tesla and Palantir video every single day of the week. So you can find my Trading View affiliate link there. And once you use that, and once you draw a line like this, you can right click on the line and create an alert. And when the stock is going to break this line, Trading View is going to tell you. So you don't have to even look at the chart every single day. Trading View will send you an email. It will send you a notification, and you can just say, okay, Upstart Holdings is ready for me to get in. So this is a great feature. Okay, almost done. It's been 45 minutes. This is taking so long. I talk too much. Okay, Celsius Holding. Okay, Celsius Holding. So this is stabilizing a little bit because, you know, this was the first thing that you could have done, and then boof, it was broken. Then let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Look at how perfectly this is. You know, this is perfect here. And we have also, there's a little bit of a slope here. You see it? There's a little bit of slope. So this is the resistance. This is the resistance right here. So the stock should be playing here until it decides to either break here the support or break the resistance at some point. So most of the time we should be cash. We should be all cash because, you know, there's no point in doing anything here. There's no point. You can find another stock that's more ready to be bought, but this one could be unready for, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 for a month or 2 months. So why wait after this one? You can just draw your resistance line, go add alert. So blah 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 blah, crossing trend line, boom, and I can forget about it. So then I can have hundreds of stocks, and I do my lines and I set my alerts, and then during the day at some point I'll get an alert. Oh, okay, this one I can buy this one now, and I just get in. So that's the lazy way of doing it, and I like lazy ways because most of the time the lazy way is the smart way. Last but not least, Nvidia. Okay, well, this is a perfect example of a false signal. You could still have made money, but it was, you know, this is basically a false signal because this is the downward resistance and we broke it. So then the time to buy was here, or preferably here, you know. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say this. If you can buy from a sub pattern, you make it a little bit more money, but it's less risk. It's more risky. So this is a good example here. So this is a downward resistance. So once it broke this, you could have entered here, but then it could have stopped here. So if you bought here, you should have been willing to sell 2 days later with profit, but it's perfectly fine and you should have been happy. But then there was some lucky part here. The stock continued, and then you know, you could have sold here once you decide that, okay, this is making a low here. Let me show you. So, you know, you can say, okay, you can do something like this. This is my support. And then once we break this, you sell. So then you could have sold right here at 276 and bought maybe at around 240 something. So that's a pretty nice move. I say it was a false signal because, you know, it came outside of it and just came back in again. So it does not mean that it's impossible to make money. It just means that you need to check your thing. You need to be on the ball. You need to be on the ball. So when I trade on the daily chart, I watch the stock at least once a day. When I trade on the hourly chart, I check it once an hour. So you need to adjust the time frame that you want to buy in and sell in based on the time you can devote to it. So this is what's so nice with the stock market. If you only have time to look at the stock market every single day, once a day, then you trade on the daily chart. If you only have time to watch it once a week, you trade on the weekly chart, and the rules are exactly the same. Or if you want to look at it once a month, you look at the monthly chart or the 5-minute chart. It's the same thing. But what is especially hard is to change time frame. So, you know, you see that on the daily chart, okay, things seem to be going up, so you could switch on the hourly chart and then play it on the hourly chart to have an earlier entry on the daily because you are looking at the hourly. But this is a bit more tricky, so I don't recommend it for everybody. Okay, so fantastic. This is done. So thank you very much for being here with me. So just as a summary, I do these special request Friday video where my YouTube members suggest stocks for me to analyze. So these stocks were suggested by my members. but I share this video for free. I do a live at the same time, because if you do a video, it's not much more work to do a live. It's basically less work. So so I do this live, and I do this live open to the public. But if you want to suggest stocks for next week, you need to become a member. It's very cheap, so you can look it up. You can look it up on my channel. So thank you very much for your questions, for your interaction. It's always nice to, you know, to have some people to talk to. So thank you for the comments and the questions. I appreciate that. I really like that. So I'm going to wish you a great weekend. For my members, I do another live on Sunday. And for the rest of you guys, you can watch my Tesla and Palantir videos every single day of the week. So every single day I look at the Tesla chart, which is a very important, well, Tesla is a very important company. This is a company that can make you a lot of money, and I mean it. So this is why I chose to do Tesla. And Palantir, I think can make us a lot of money. Maybe not right now, but I think in the future this is going to be another Tesla. So this is why I do Palantir also. So that is for free. So thank you. So have a great weekend, everybody. And I'm gonna tell you à la prochaine.